Evening folks, ladies and gents. Today I'm just going to be going for a quick run through of what I've done to the system. A few things I've done to it. It's been modified. So what I mean by modified is it has been tinkered with and tweaked. So it's, in my opinion, for what I'm using it for, it's better. So I'm just going to turn on the light to give you a better view. There we go. So this is it's a karaoke system. It's made from China. I actually got it yesterday from my friend Kiri next door neighbour, and because I swapped it for my JBL playlist speaker, which is Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and aux. But she didn't like this because when she first got it, it was fine, and then they took it. Her parents took it to work, and it stopped working. So they had to lean it on its side and just to get it going, and even then it was quite croaky and crackly. And just to find out when I opened this thing, because I took, these are the screws here, these ones here, I took these 6 screws out and then just lifted the motherboard off, and the wiring inside for the speakers and also the battery was, for lack of a better word, sorry when I say this offensive word, or if people might find it offensive, pretty much fucked. So yeah, but so what I'm going to be doing now is showing you, this is a power battery. Okay, so just discovered something while I'm doing this video, but anyway, let's go through the thing. So this is modified number 1, is I've modified, as I said, the speakers in here are disconnected because it was so crappy that they were Chinese style setup speakers, which they actually, normal speakers is like it has a round thing with positive and negative on each end, but this one, it was actually like the positive and negative were coming from the same area, so I think they were slightly touching. So it's not a good setup, in my opinion. But we'll talk about that at a later stage. So what I've done is, if you look at these 2 wires over here, just give you a closer look. They are sticking out. There. They are sticking out. They are not. They weren't originally there. So one cord goes to that speaker, that house speaker there, and the other one goes to the house speaker here. So these 2 speakers are running, and the ones in the actual main system is disconnected, but it's got a big battery, so it can handle, the amp can handle the 2 house speakers, because they are small but the boxes are big, so it gives off a lot of bass. And the second thing I've modified is the cord. See this, you notice that there's such a long cable here where the trolley bit is. This is actually a audio / power cable. So if you look over here, we've got the charger plugged into here, and if we grab the charger, follow its cord down, keep on following it up, and instead of the charger being directly plugged into it, it's actually plugged into this here. This has also got what's a yellow end. It's supposed to be one. This came from a wired camera, because these were AV cameras, so this provided the power for the camera, and then the yellow and the red were the means of transmitting the video and sound to the little screen that I used to have with it, but was thrown out. But we're actually going to be using the yellow as a white, so the other end of the yellow of the extension will be plugged either into the input or the output, depending on what I want to do, and then the red will be plugged into the red. So we're going to be using them as audio cables. So on the other end, with this big long, I think it's like 20 meters, I've got some DVD cables, because the other end of this cord is a female. If you look there, so there's the other end, and there's the female, and then there's the male plugged in, and then the other males are well, they're floating around somewhere, but pretty much the concept is that if I just quickly have a look. I'll get into it maybe another time, it's not really important, but yeah, this is a long cord, so I can either have an output plugged in here, so if they have a party inside with the speaker, they could still have the audio in the shed. So in case if you've got a party with these like I'd say roughly 50 people here, you can have a system set up here as long as it's got a white and red, and then it can be sitting on here. People could be partying in here and drinking. And then also this will be inside with the long cable that will be running out. This will be blasting the sounds, and then this it'll be plugged into an output here. Or I can do the opposite. I could plug the yellow and red into the white and red input, and then have the output of something like a aux, like TV out. A lot of TVs, old school and new school, have got AV out. So these two will go into the white and red ports of the AV outs, and then will go into the aux in. And also, if I really wanted to, I can double the sound by connecting another stereo through through AV out on this. So yeah, so features, it's got aux, so either aux or if it's either got line, so it's got line in here, or the aux or the AV ins can be used in this mode. You also got a FM tuner. You got a Bluetooth. Got Bluetooth as well. So if you've got any wireless Bluetooth technology either on your phone, tablet, or computer, or anything that supports Bluetooth and can find a headset, because this supports the A2DP high distribution profile, which is pretty much high quality streaming through Bluetooth. It's compressed audio, which compresses it on one ear and sends it to, and then the Bluetooth chip in here decompresses and then plays it. So yeah, and also it's got SD and USB. So if I find an SD card, there's also the features of plugging a guitar or a mic, optional. Actually, I was just thing and zoom out. So you can do that. Here we've got the master volume. We've got the bass, treble, mic / guitar volume, and then the reverb. So if you want to play guitar and have a bit of reverb on it, and with reggae or whatever you want to play, yep, it's good. Judging from this, I haven't really played around with it, but this looks like an extra power supply. I'm actually going to try it later on to see if I can plug one of my broken drone propellers to it and see if it'll power it. That'll determine if it is or not. But yeah, I just didn't know what this was about, but I just looked at the voltage. But I don't know if that applies to this or that. Maybe you can hook up some LEDs or something to it, so it pulses to the music. Who knows? But I'll figure out what these do one day. They actually came with wires that you plug in, and then you can clamp. They come with clamps on the other ends, 2 clamps where you can clamp the, I think they are in actually here. If I'm not mistaken, just a second, they are around, floating around. Oh! But yeah, oh, here they are. So, one end, these are the clamps. So I don't know if they clamp either lights or whatever, and then this end is where you plug the wires into that part there. But I'll experiment with it, and then I'll let you know in a later video. But that's pretty much my modified system up there. I'm not going to be moving it anywhere anytime soon, but it's good to have that battery in there, because I can charge, because I have an internet device too, a little pocket router that I can charge off it while I'm on the go. So I can also have music and a bit of internet too. Great for YouTube on the go if you've got an unlimited data plan. Yeah, but that's just demonstrating how I've modified things, and as per usual, that's what I do. But until then, you have a good day or night, and ciao ciao.